It was a trial followed by hundreds of thousands of people online, and many locals from Saldanha and surrounding areas attended proceedings held at the community hall in the area. The rallying cry, "Justice for Joshlin." Two of the three people on trial among the people closest to her, maintaining their stony silence throughout the trial, Stefano van Rijn and Jacqueline Apollos only testified in the trial within a trial to determine the admissibility of statements they made to police implicating them in the child's disappearance.
We travel all the way from Paarl because we were following this trial ever since it started. Ever since the search started, we were following this trial, and we feel like today it's a very important day because Joshlin is not found yet. And the reason why we are here, we want justice for Joshlin.
We'll still keep on praying for our little Joshlin because we don't know where she is. Yes, today is the day of judgment, but where is Joshlin? So we will not stop praying for Joshlin.
All three accused were found guilty of kidnapping and human trafficking.
On the evidence before me, Joshlin was exchanged. The fact is that her freedom of movement and liberty was inhibited, but also the evidence is from all scores there were payments, or at least the promise of payments.
The state worked tirelessly to prove their submission that Joshlin was sold for 20,000 rand.
This would be the very first time that we actually prosecuted for trafficking in persons where a child was sold and had not yet been recovered. There were three other unreported decisions, two in the High Court in Gauteng, Pretoria, and one in the Regional Court in Pietermaritzburg in KwaZulu-Natal. But in all three of those cases, the children were advertised to be sold, and it was reported to the police. So the police could then do an undercover or trap operation. And it was followed. The minute that the child was sold to the police agent, the police immediately arrested the suspects, and the children were all unscathed and unharmed in those circumstances. Here, little Joshlin is still missing.
The trio were later sentenced to life on the human trafficking charge and 10 years for kidnapping. The sentences are running concurrently.
She knows where is her child, because why she tell me in the clinic that the first day, she knows Joshlin is alive.
Nobody knows if she's still alive, if Joshlin is still alive. So I am angry.
While denying the trio leave to appeal their conviction and sentence, the court granted indemnity from prosecution to state witness Laurentia Lombard, who testified that she had knowledge of the plot to sell the little girl and that Kelly had told her she sold Joshlin to a Sangoma for 20,000 rand.
I asked you a number of questions, often to the point where you would admit that either you made a mistake or that you lied in the past. But does that mean you did not answer the questions posed to you in court, frankly and honestly, having regard to all the human frailties and the condition of the courtroom? I cannot ignore the fact that in itself, being a witness, and particularly in the High Court, confronted by heavyweight defense counsel and the intimidating atmosphere of a courtroom, that it is easy to trip up. What I can say about you, Ms. Lombard, that you owned up to your mistakes. Always.
Despite her traffickers being behind bars and an ongoing investigation into her whereabouts, Joshlin Smith remains missing. Vanessa Puna, SABC News, Cape Town.